Wow, I forgot that I needed to leave to go have dinner with some of Claire's friends, and I'm not dressed. Also, by forgetting, I didn't think it was still happening. And also, I just started recording and it's almost dinner time. Let's go, daily vlog. We're doing it. Good here. The whole only having just pants thing, because I took all of my shorts to Florida. Yeah, that's not, I miss seasons. Or just a change of clothes. My stuff being split between 2 different states right now. 3, technically. Yeah, not my favorite.
Oh, boo-hoo. You have to fly back and forth to pick up your stuff. Hard life.
It is a hard life. Thank you for noticing. Claire's currently actively waiting downstairs for me. But it seems like a her problem, doesn't it? Her problem that will quickly become a me problem. What's a bigger me problem is this tripod is not big enough. This camera's also not big enough. My setup is not big enough. I'll start trying, I promise. I'm gonna start trying soon. Trying not to break my phone again. That would be a good start.
Could you imagine if I had an even bigger jerk-off tripod walking around with that?
This is the tripod I normally use if I'm using a tripod. It says Bendy, Joby, I think they're called Gorilla Pods, I don't know, but they all have this issue where they pop out just a little bit too easy after not that much use. But is this that much better than using a big old monster like this? And this is actually one of our smaller ones. Yeah, absolutely. But more options could be used for it. Why am I even talking about this? I know for a fact I am not going to start carrying around one of these. Cut to clip 2 months down the line from now with me using an even larger, more ridiculous, more obnoxious tripod. That won't happen, but a combination of this bendy tripod that I'm using right now with that camera that I just showed on a tripod is probably gonna be happening. I briefly mentioned it yesterday that if I'm going through the effort of carrying around a tripod and the microphones that I carry around from time to time, these little Rode mic goobers, then I might as well carry around a much larger camera that can actually handle the situations that I want it to do sometimes, like longer zoomed in shots or just better framed things that a phone camera, while better than the majority of cameras that have ever existed, isn't quite always exactly what's needed in a lot of points in time. Like yesterday when I was going around taking way too pretty of shots that are way beyond the pay grade of whatever I'm doing here, I couldn't because I was using this phone instead of something like that. Which I'm not even sure if it can handle the type of requirements I was just talking about, but maybe it could. If you're gonna ask me what this is, I don't know. I'm not a gearhead. I'm not a gear-related channel. I can't even get this off the tripod. It is, from my understanding and my limited knowledge of how cameras work, is pretty good. I enjoy using it. I use it pretty regularly with most of my videos on my main channel, the ones I've not been uploading and I just keep talking about making and not actually doing. But I enjoy it. I usually use it in conjunction with the little goobers over there. Conjunction is not even the right word. Who cares? And it's pretty solid. It autofocused. I know there isn't super great lens quality options out there. Probably, maybe. I actually don't know anything about lens options for this. Can this have multiple lenses on it? Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. There's a few issues with that exact combination. Carrying this thing around just isn't very practical. One, on its own, it's not super small and conspicuous like my phone. Being able to pull it out of my pocket and just go and not have to worry as much about people looking at me is quite nice. This isn't that. It doesn't really fit in a ton of pockets, and it's not very, people will notice. Having to carry around an SD card or multiple ones in case it fills up. That's not great either. Carrying around a charger and the cable to go into it and multiple batteries. They're not light and it's just a lot of extra space. We're beyond the limits of what pockets can do for you. And then the microphones, I love them. They work really well. They sound really good, I think, at least. And they're pretty easy to use once you figured them out and have them properly set up. But that's another thing that just doesn't work that well. Every time I want to use a microphone, if I bring it along with me, which is most of the time I don't because it's just an extra hassle, I have to have this one that receives the information from a microphone plugged into my phone and or camera that takes information from at least one of 2 of these. That doesn't have to be plugged in. It is Bluetooth, but it's not. It's another bulky item. I don't like clipping it to my shirt. It doesn't look great at all. I'm not a fan of how it pinches it up. If I have a pocket, it works pretty well, but most shirts, because I'm not a dork of mine, don't have pockets. And if I want to carry it in my hand, that's just an extra thing I have to carry around. And the phone is just so convenient, but when you have to set this up on the camera, on the microphone, on the tripod, it is an annoying hassle and that is the trying thing that I've been trying so hard to avoid. I don't even make thumbnails for, I think I've made 2 thumbnails, and by made, I mean I took 2 screenshots or 1 specific picture 3 times in total for all 52 of these now. Bringing this crap along while making the end product slightly better would not make it easier for me at all. I can mostly alleviate the problem by getting a microphone to attach to the top of this that plugs right in, that's not battery operated, that doesn't have a receiver, it's a shotgun mic, and we have one, a small one. We have one, we would need some other thing to keep it attached, some different apparatus, because the current one is a little bit flexible and bouncy, and that would not probably be that great for audio, but it would be leagues better than just listening to my phone's audio right now, which is not great. I'm sure the tunnel vision right here where I'm putting it is a perfect example of that. But carrying this around with a dedicated microphone plugged into the top of it would be horrific. But man, to say I haven't gotten quite better at filming in public, not perfect, but considerably better since I've started this, it will go a long way. But is trying worth it?